That 90s Show is far from its premiere date, but its writers have several plans for future seasons in hopes that Netflix renews it, with a lot of the main cast from That 70s Show coming back. Not just that, but Netflix has released some images from the show and a list of new characters. In this video, we're going to take a deeper look at it. First off, let's start with summer break. In a recent interview with Variety, creators of the original That 70s Show, Bonnie and Terry Turner, talked about how they're co-creating the new show with Lindsay Turner and Gregg Mettler. They also told us that the show would take place in a specific part of the teen characters' lives, which is, of course, summer vacation. Terry realized that because of the original show, they could figure out that the whole having to go to class aspect of it wasn't really that interesting for fans. So this time, they're setting the show only in the summers. Admittedly, the show really was much more interesting in the Foreman basement. Considering that Netflix gives them the green light for a second season, the show plans to add time jumps between each season, as we see Eric and Donna's daughter Leia live with her grandparents every summer. A similar show from the 2000s called Friday Night Lights had a similar time jump every season, since it only showed the high school football season each year, resulting in a series of episodes that would always surprise and excite viewers. Not just that, but it also gave a much more heartfelt insight into the still maturing characters in a significant way.
Look, I think we both need to move on with our lives.
Now, geez, Kitty. Put it like that.
Next up, seeing characters grow up. The Turners are more than aware of what characters going through time jumps would imply in a show centered around teens, since the only reason for them isn't to skip summer vacations. Another primary reason for this decision was that people change. 9 months later, they will come back vastly different, especially during their teenage years. These changes are even more radical. Sometimes, we end up choosing completely different paths in short amounts of time. Recent press materials also tell us that they've got a diverse cast with a rebellious girl, an aspiring filmmaker, and an openly gay teen. If the show does get revamped for another season, it would be cool to see the characters evolve or regress as they go through the ups and downs of life.
All you can do what you usually do when you've had too much. Switch to beer.
I had this hallucination that everyone else turned into me. It was me and a whole bunch of me's.
Lastly, the emotional development. Not only would the characters be changing physically, but also emotionally. Their goals and entire life could take a massive turn in that period. In the same interview with Variety, Bonnie Turner said that their summer breaks are more like reunions and make some outstanding story elements to play around with. But that's only true if they execute it properly and come up with some memorable and truthful moments. The original show followed the core cast of Point Place's life as they went through high school and young adulthood. It turned out to be super honest about the young characters' heartbreaks, aimlessness, and broken dreams that are sometimes a part of growing up, as well as the victories. We only hope the upcoming show can tell an equally heartfelt, sweet, and funny story. Moving on, here's everything we know so far about Netflix's That 90s Show.
Donna, Randy asked you a question, and I, for one, am giddy with anticipation to hear the answer.
I have feelings, and they told me to buy bottle spray paint and tell the whole world that you have a type.
It's normal size!
First up, rumors about a spin-off. Fans of That 70s Show are again going to head back to Point Place, but this time they're going to be in the 90s with Eric and Donna's daughter for a spin-off series by Netflix called That 90s Show. News for a spin-off started spreading after Netflix announced it in October of 2021. At the time, the streamer said that the series would have Kurtwood Smith and Debra Jo Rupp reprising their previous roles as Red and Kitty Foreman, according to Deadline. But this time, instead of looking after their son, the two will do the same for their granddaughter Leia Foreman as she comes over to town every summer. The newcomer, Callie Haverda, nabbed the role of Leia back in February 2022 as a teenager who's the perfect blend of both her parents. As she's staying in Point Place for the summer, the character is looking for adventure and finds her own group of friends. Following her casting announcement, the actress posted a picture on Instagram with the caption, "Hello, Wisconsin," followed by her showing just how excited she is for her role. A few years before the official announcement for a spin-off show came around, Grace talked about how he would like a reunion for the fan-favorite show. The home economics star told The Hollywood Reporter in 2018 that he would come back for a reunion since it was an excellent time for all of them.
I know you want to run after her, but as your friend, I'm not going to let you.
You disgust me, Jackie.
I'm not Jackie.
Moving on, Topher Grace talks about the show. The actor then said that having the experience every day with one another made them all really close. While it was great to broadcast the show once a week, he met many great friends because of it. The fact that they would get paid to just hang out was incredible to him, though he was doubtful about bringing the entire cast back, saying that it would be like bringing back an entire class from high school back together and making them hang out for a year. It would simply not happen. Despite the team's obvious problems while getting the original cast back together, the actor said he would do it again even if no one saw it. Basically, Finally, he would love to just hang out with everyone once again. The powers that be got many of the original show stars, including Grace, back to play in the new spin-off series.
This design is great. You know, the way these condos are laid out, you could spend your entire life...
Following up, who will return from that 70s show? Announcements that came along with the show's first announcements included Kurtwood Smith coming back as the hardcore veteran Reginald Reg Foreman, along with Debra Jo Rupp coming back to play Kitty Foreman. The two are going to be there for the entire series. But wait, we've got confirmation on a lot of other previous cast members that are coming back. Obviously, Prepon and Topher Grace are returning for some episodes, which makes sense since the show mainly centers around their daughter. On the other hand, Ashton Kutcher as Michael Kelso, Mila Kunis as Jackie Burkhardt, and Wilmer Valderrama as Fez are all coming back. Toward the end of the filming for Season 1, Wilmer Valderrama posted a picture on Instagram of the show's script, saying that he needs to remember how to do the accent. Next up, here are more updates on the returning cast. Ashton Kutcher told Variety that coming back to the show and the set was super nostalgic, especially since it's made by the same people that made the original show. Both he and Mila Kunis were at first doubtful about joining in, but realizing that they're such prominent actors because of the original show made them come back to it. Not just that, but later in May 2022, Tommy Chong confirmed that he would come back for the show. Chong said in another interview with Variety that the part of the show when Kitty knocks on the door and he sees her feels like it was just yesterday. Chong popped up in 65 episodes of the original show. This was later told on the YouTube show called The Dark Mark Show, where the actor told him that he got a call and did his part. The actor never got any instructions, so he wasn't sure if he could talk about it. Ultimately, he didn't really care, and since he's got a big mouth and what he's known for, he's back once again as Leo. Finally, let's welcome the new characters to the show. With everything else out of the way, let's talk about all the new characters we saw and who plays them. First, we've got Mace Coronel playing Jay, a full-on romantic. The character aspires to be a film director one day and always has his camera with him. The actor recently appeared as Jake in Netflix's Colin in Black and White. Next up, Leia Foreman is played by Callie Haverda, the daughter of Eric, played by Topher Grace in that 70s show, and Donna, played by Prepon from the original show. The character can be described as coltish and somewhat book-smart. Callie Haverda is famous for her role in The Lost Husband. Alongside them, we've got Ashley Ofterhide playing Gwen, a petite but edgy powerhouse who loves wearing ripped jeans and has pink hair. Gwen's best friend Ozzy is another character we love. The character is played by Rain Doy and is openly gay, which was a big thing in the 90s, along with being incredibly honest. The actor recently featured in Barb and Star Go to Visit Del Mar. Maxwell A.C. Donovan plays Nate, who's Gwen's older brother. He is probably best described as a corn-fed Midwestern, mainly as he drives around in his old beat-up Dodge minivan. Last on our list, we've got Samantha Morelos playing Nikki, who was first named Nisha. The character is super intelligent and is always volunteering, which makes sense since she's from a family of overachievers, but on the other hand, she's just as rebellious. She's also dating Nate. The show is going to premiere on the 19th of January in 2023. That's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts about that 90s show? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.